there are certain areas of American life where policy can be made that actually reduces racial divides. But because imaging, this is a perfect example of this, because image and message matters a hell of a lot more than actual policy outcome, you end up with crappy policy. So the University of California dropped the SAT and the ACT. Why? Because it turns out that disproportionately, Black and Hispanic students weren't doing all that well on the SAT and the ACT. And so for a long time, this has been a bugaboo of the left, that the test is racist. It can't be that people are underachieving for a variety of reasons, including bad educational environment. No, it's got to be that the test is racist. There's only one problem. There's only one problem. The UC system actually did a study, a 228-page report. And that 228-page report, which was loaded with hundreds of displays of data from the UC's various admissions department, found that the SAT and the ACT actually helped increase Black, Hispanic, and Native American enrollment at the system's 10 campuses. The report recommended that their use be continued. Why? Because it turns out the real reason that Black and Hispanic students were not getting into the UC system is because their grades were not high enough. So it turns out that the SAT and the ACT actually militated against the worst use of things like grades. So they say you want more Black and Hispanic students, keep using the SAT and the ACT. It doesn't matter that it has disproportionate results. It's even more disproportionate when you look at grades. So keep using the SAT and the ACT. But the UC system, because they want to say that the test is racist, even if the evidence shows that it absolutely is not racist, they're getting rid of the SAT and the ACT. Eddie Kamau, a professor of education at UC Riverside, co-chair of the faculty task force, said in a Zoom interview that, quote, many of us thought the process might be a political one. He said there were several very prominent figures whose public statements made pretty clear their opposition to tests even before the task force started its undertaking. The region's vote was kind of preordained. It was 23-0. 23-0. There was not a single person in the UC system who voted to keep the SAT and the ACT, despite factual data provided by admissions departments showing that the ACT and the SAT actually made more Black and Hispanic students eligible for the UCs. Maria Anguiano, who's one region, said, I very much appreciate the task force's work and the database it put together, but I also believe in peer review as part of the research process. There's been decades of research showing that SAT scores are mostly correlated with wealth and privilege, so I can't support the use of this tool. It's exclusionary and a filtering mechanism. So they just ignored the data. Well done, everybody. According to that report, by the way, the UC system in 2018 admitted 22,613 applicants with weak grades but strong SAT scores. A quarter of those students were members of underrepresented minorities, or URMs. Nearly half were low-income or first-generation students. Breaking down the numbers, 24% of Hispanics, 40% of Blacks, 47% of Native Americans who gained admissions to the UC did so because of their SAT scores, not despite them, according to the task force. The original intent of the SAT was to identify students who came from outside relatively privileged circles, who might have the potential to succeed at university, said the report. This original intent is clearly being realized at the UC. But instead, because it's more important to say that the SAT is racist because of its disproportionate outcome, because that's deeply, deeply important, they just got rid of the SAT and the ACT, which actually hurts minority kids. Because again, the message is more important than actually helping minority kids.